Ayo, Catism! Today, we take a look at RossDraws made a statement and it's not good, ... by Captain Chat. Now, I've spent my time back in the day already helping people elevate their enjoyment and their performance. Even got some juicy testimonies. With that in mind, we'll take a look at what can this video do to elevate your experience. What can you contribute to the space? Is this a good example of contributing to the space? Let's find out.
We have an update to the RossDraws situation. He was called out and now we have an update. So I'm going to give you a real quick TLDR on the call out, but I recommend you watch the full video because there is a lot more context in the full video that might lose out on the summary here.
Do you give us all the things we need to know, or do we really have to watch the full video? Because I'm not really interested in doing that. Depending on how you push this, is it going to be too one-sided? Am I going to be just gonna like tune out, and this is for the in-group? Let's find out though. What's the summary?
So this is the video in question. RossDraws called out exploiting artists and AI fraud. And this video will be linked down below in the comment section. But the TLDR summary is that RossDraws was called out by multiple creators for a number of things. He was called out for AI usage in his artwork.
You can use AI for all I care, right? Because it's here to stay, and you just gotta be transparent about it, of course. And about knowing the space, I can forgive if people are gonna be like, well, I'm not gonna tell people because I don't want the backlash, I don't want the flag. Because people are gonna be crazy about this and importantly point to individuals who clearly aren't gonna damage artists' experience, artists' money-making possibilities by some individual using AI here and there, right? You got to organize if you wanna make an impact on the economic prospects of artists and so on, right? And I think that's a good idea. It's just this online outrage about this stuff. It really defeats the purpose. It's counterproductive. So, you know, first point made me think, okay, I don't even need to engage with this. That's a non-argument.
He was called out for being a bad employer who was extremely reluctant to pay employees for allegedly being racist.
Okay, that's 2 points. Yeah, that would be awful if true. Now, accusations of racism get thrown around easily and lightly, but hey, could be. But then again, pointing out that people are racist doesn't solve racism, right? I mean, wasn't this like this anti-racist idea something white high school teachers invented along the civil rights movement time, and it was just like super relevant? Also, the thing about not paying your employees, yeah, pretty scummy. Not even gonna argue about that, if true.
For poorly running his business, for...
That's a him problem, isn't it? If he runs his business into the ground, I mean, we're talking about concern trolling now.
For having a very holier-than-thou attitude where he would be extremely dismissive of fans and his audience, and having a very heavy inspiration in his new artworks to another creator, and this inspiration being something that was not present in any of his previous artworks, like years and years prior, and kind of being...
I'm not sure what that means. Sometimes you just pick up a couple of tricks and ways to do things from other creators because you appreciate the way it's done, the way it looks. Like, that's not really an argument, right? I mean, it's an argument, but it's a bad one.
An idea leech. One thing that...
If you're gonna be an idea leech, I mean, what is that? Creatively boring is the foundation of art as such, right? Like, if he's gonna get bored of drawing stuff like that, he can always do something else, right? He's got a wealth of experience to tap into, and it's like his loss if he's gonna be just a knockoff of some other artist, but like he clearly isn't because he's been in the space for so long and probably knows a thing or two about doing the things he enjoys, developing his craft, right? But I mean, sure, it sucks when he does something that somebody else does too similarly, yeah, on the one hand. But I mean, if you just look at basic economics, there's first movers and there's second movers. There's a first mover advantage, so you're first to doing the style like some other artist, okay? And there's second mover advantage. It's like, okay, you're good at adopting and deploying something that works. There's different skills there, so that's how it goes generally. Like, you don't get a monopoly on your style of art, right? And other people who are better at the marketing and so on, they get to make bank. If that's something you're not focusing on, it's just, it sucks, but there is no solution to that besides recognizing that that's how it is, and building the world maybe to be more accommodative of people who will be piss poor at monetizing their craft, but very good at trailblazing ahead with the craft, right? Like, it's not our job as individuals to lose sleep over that, at least. Now, of course, we can support the artists to blaze the trail ahead. Yeah, sure. So a bit more humility before the economics of it would go a long way.
Was mentioned in the document is that one of the people that is mentioned, Fen, I will call him Fen, but his handle is Fenix Soul, which was the volunteer that was not getting paid. Ross would tell Fen.
But if they're a volunteer, then they don't get paid because they're a volunteer, right? There's a problem there, isn't there? Volunteers don't get paid.
And at conventions, hey, go around and look at other booths so you can see what ideas I can.
You can compensate for them for expenses of getting to and from a location. Sure, you can do that. You don't have to, but legally you aren't supposed to pay a volunteer, right?
Use for myself. Not the best business practices, but that is the TLDR. Highly recommend you check the video out so you can see the full call out, because Fen made a document that goes way more in depth into everything.
And there is this throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks approach. Like, just because there's a long document, well, maybe run it through AI and that's gonna help you. See what's the actual concerns. You can ask the AI about, okay, what arguments actually check out, and so on after the summary, right? So this is, it's not your job to spend all your time on this stuff. So, and with that said, I think that kind of covers everything I want to talk about here, right? So if this is a topic that interests you, I encourage you to look into this more deeply, but use the tools you have, maybe make your own videos, and that could be good, right? But I just wanted to caveat that for the people who come before and after me and, you know, who want to be part of this. By the way, I will link the it below. Leave them a like and all the good stuff. I do appreciate that they put in the work of going more into detail, even after this somewhat off-putting intro, right? But it doesn't need to deter you to practice and hone your skills of figuring out what's good. And again, she gave us an opportunity to see how we can get something out of this for ourselves. But again, good health is number one. There's plenty good stuff out there. I like high-intensity health YouTube and stuff like that. And people are awesome if you set them up to be, and not so much if you don't. And last but not least, get ahead for yourself. I hope this vid did contribute to at least one of these points. And I hope you have a good one out there. Stay safe. Leave a like and comment, rate, comment, subscribe, share. And again, over there too, deeply appreciative that we have content creators who put out their work, even if it's imperfect. And, you know, I want you to do that too on some level. Anyway, I really upped way too hard on this one, but I hope you enjoyed it. And with that said, stay safe out there, have a good one, and maybe meet again. Meow.